Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the Xbox Scorpio, and we just got the system specifications revealed, and I want to make this video. I'm a little late to the party. I was really busy today, and I want to talk about the Xbox Scorpio. I want to break it down for you guys, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, opinions, all that fun stuff. I've talked about the Scorpio specs in the past and what they might be, but we have a complete confirmation from Microsoft of these specs. They did a full reveal of the specifications on Digital Foundry, and I want to go over those right now. So the Xbox Scorpio is releasing this holiday season, and here are the specs. So for the CPU, it's got 8 custom x86 cores clocked at 2.3 gigahertz, compared to the Xbox One at Jaguar cores at 1.7 gigahertz, and the PS4 8 Jaguar cores at 2.1 gigahertz. So that's for the CPU. It's pretty nice that it's at there's 8 of them, and they're clocked at around 2.3 gigahertz, which isn't bad for a console. It's actually fairly good, especially whenever you compare the 3 consoles that are on the market, or the 4 consoles that are on the market right now. But yeah, I've got a couple issues with the CPU that I'm going to talk about later. But first of all, let's jump into the GPU. So for the graphics processing, we got 40 customized compute units at 1,172 megahertz, and that's actually pretty good. Whenever it comes to performance, that's a good graphics card. It's definitely it's like a mid-range graphics card, so that's pretty good, and no complaints with that aspect of it. Now my issue with the CPU and the GPU is the GPU is actually pretty powerful, and the CPU's not that powerful. I mean, it's got 8 cores, but still, the issues that I have with it is in some games you could have some severe bottlenecking with the CPU, because the GPU is just so powerful that your frames would be, pretty bad. So if you're playing a game at 4K, you're not going to get 60 FPS on some games. I mean, obviously, you could get 4K, but like low textures with, a minimum of 30 FPS. And, that's just with the base stuff. Obviously, these, developers will optimize their games and stuff and make them run really smooth. But still, the biggest concern with the CPU and the GPU is bottlenecking. And hell, even my PC has an issue with bottlenecking right now. I've got a GTX 1080 Ti, and I've got a 4790K, and I still have a little bit of bottlenecking issues on, games like Battlefield 1 at Ultra and all that other fun stuff. So for the memory, we got 12 gigabytes of GDDR5. Pretty good. It's all right. So on the Xbox One, we have 8 gigabytes of GDDR3 and 32 megabytes of ES RAM. On the PS4 Pro, it's got 8 gigabytes of GDDR5. So it's a big upgrade from the 8 gigabytes of DDR3 to 12 gigabytes of DDR5. Awesome job. Now, whenever it comes to the memory bandwidth, we've got 326 gigabytes per second. For the hard drive, it's got a 1 terabyte hard drive. That's pretty, basic. And for the optical drive, it's got a 4K UHD Blu-ray player. Thank you, Jesus. So if you guys have 4K TVs and you're looking to buy a Blu-ray player, this right here is going to do the job. It's going to do native 4K on your TV, which sounds really good. Now, I talked about the bottleneck issue with the CPU and the GPU, but I want to talk about something a little bit different, and that is going to be performance on games. So they're saying that this game is, this console is going to be able to play 4K, native 4K at 60 FPS on some games. Now, that's a really bold statement to make. Not even my rig does, 4K at 60 FPS on most games, so extremely bold statement. If they're going to be able to pull off 4K at 60 FPS, the textures are going to be lower, the effects are going to be lower, the lighting quality is going to be lower, and a couple other things are going to be lower, but you're going to have that 4K resolution, which honestly is not that hype. Like, I've got a PC, custom PC. You guys know my rig. I would much rather play games at 1080p 60 FPS, or not even 60 FPS. I'd rather play games 1080p at like 120 FPS, 120 to 140 FPS with ultra quality, effects up really high, and all that fun stuff than 4K at around 45 to 60 FPS. I would much rather, do the 1080p version, because you can have high refresh rates, and that's the biggest thing that, turns me off with console gaming. But, it is what it is. This Project Scorpio is a monster compared to the PS4 Pro. So I think that the console race is back in action. Now, there is a couple concerns that a lot of people are having is the game lineup. And if you notice, I've said this in many videos in the past that Xbox, you know, their game lineup has been really bad for the past 3 years. They haven't showed off any games that are, you know, that are going to be launch titles or good games at any of the E3s in the past like 2 years. And they've deliberately done that. I've said this many times for the Scorpio. They knew that they're going to release this console, and they knew in order to sell it, they were going to have exclusive games. And right now, they don't. They don't have exclusive games. So I think this year E3, we will have a huge conference from Microsoft, and we'll really be able to tell whether or not this Xbox Scorpio is going to be something to buy. Now for the price range, we're thinking that it's going to be around $499, which was the price of the base unit of the Xbox One whenever it first came out. For everybody that, you know, forked over the $500 for the Xbox One, it's going to be pretty sour. It's going to have you're going to have a sour taste in your mouth. You know, that's just the reality. But whether or not they're going to be able to, you know, come back at E3 this year, show off the Xbox Scorpio or whatever they're going to name it, and give us a good launch lineup that's going to be worth the money, that's going to have, you know, this quote unquote 4K at 60 FPS or 30 FPS. If they're going to have that, then, you know, they might be able to bring some customers over from the PlayStation just because they're all about power, and they've made that very known over the past, you know, 2 years that the PlayStation 4 has been supreme, or I should say like 5 years or 4 years. But yeah, guys, I'm really excited for the Project Scorpio. I can't wait to see what it looks like. I can't wait to see the reveal at E3 this year. I'm definitely going to be covering on this channel. I don't think I've missed anything, but if I have, then I'm sure you guys will let me know. Yeah, I'm excited. Phil Spencer, this is your time to shine, my brother. But yeah, guys, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, this has been your boy Nemo, and I'm out. I'll see you guys on the next video.